Well, it was a Saturday night. We checked in about 10:45, and it's a two-story house. Put the little ones upstairs to bed, and we're doing our thing. We lay down, just like everybody does. And there, an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I guess it was around 12:40 a.m. Seems like every smoke detector went off in the house, which I've never experienced that before. We've all had the annoying beep or chirp where you will think, crap, I need to go replace the battery. Do I want to do it? Well, this night in particular, like I said, every smoke detector went off. It was loud. And they also had a small, almost strobe light going off on them that I've never seen before. So we jumped out of bed, scared to death, half asleep, not knowing what's going on. 2 of my 3 children had already made it halfway down the stairs. So we see them, and my wife Laura runs upstairs to grab the 2.5-year-old. He's more than capable of walking, but I think he's still asleep, believe it or not. So he comes downstairs, and all you smell is a very, very faint, almost electrical burning smell. So I tell them, hey, go ahead and step outside, let me look for it. So I'm canvassing the house. It's roughly 3,600 square feet. Don't locate anything, and luckily for me, I pulled the attic hatch down near the kids' bedroom. And it's dark, I don't have a flashlight, and as I look up there, I can see the faint silhouette of smoke. So at that time, I'm pretty freaked out. Even though I've been a police officer for 15 years, I'm freaked out. I called 911, tell them what I have. I need the fire department here now.
It was a normal Saturday evening, and actually I had been wanting to do a ride-along with our police department. And so that evening, it was a Saturday evening, and I went out with Sergeant DeVore and a police department, and was riding along with Sergeant DeVore when around 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday evening, we heard a call come across dispatch that there was a structure fire on Drayton Street. And as we were quickly approaching en route to head to Drayton was when it dawned on me that is one of our council members' streets. And I knew that street in particular only has a few homes on it. So, and as we're speeding that direction and approaching Drayton, one of the things that we heard come across the radio was there's a structure fire in the garage. So you're thinking about, oh my goodness, there's probably a vehicle, gasoline, things of that nature in the garage. So as we pull up, sure enough, as we round the corner, we're pulling in right at the same time that the fire department is arriving. And there is a council member, and Anna, and his family is on the curb. And very scary situation. Smoke is coming out of the garage. The garage is not coming up, so we can't see at that viewpoint as we're pulling up what the true fire situation is inside the house. We know it's in the garage, but a lot of smoke, so very, very scary encounter for not only the council member, but me pulling around the corner and actually seeing that structure on fire.
Upon arrival, they found smoke coming from the house, fire contained in the garage, and they were able to gain access through the residence and into the garage and extinguish the fire. Again, smoke was emitting entering into the house, and they stated that Councilman Reeves and family had been awakened by the smoke detectors.
Asking Sergeant DeVore, you're a firefighter, hey, if you bring that hose inside, I can take you right to it and put it out. It's right on the other side of the door. And at that time, he just made a judgment call, and he carried the line in, and I watched him from the hallway for a brief second, open the door, and smoke engulfed the whole upper part of his body, and he started shooting water.
It was very quick. Everything was very quick from the moment that the firefighters pulled up, along with the sergeant that I was riding with that evening. It was very quick. It's amazing to see how our first responders go into action. We hear these stories, but to really view it firsthand is really an incredible situation where they get the hose out and hook it up to the fire hydrant, and just how quick things move. You could tell that they were acting very quickly to get to that garage or get that garage cut open in order to get to the fire. And I truly believe in that situation. They were within minutes of that home being fully engulfed in flames.
And the outcome was the worst smoke damage I've ever experienced. When they did access the garage, my wife had a white SUV in there and you couldn't even tell it was white, it looked black. So we were left with just a mess, burnt sheetrock, everything in there was ruined. The interior of the house had pretty mild smoke damage. The main smoke damage was in the laundry room, obviously from him opening it to fight it. But you know what? The important thing is that all the kids and my wife made it out, even the animals. Nobody was hurt or even injured.
Fire deaths occur, and it's not because of the burn injury, it's because of the smoke inhalation that gets overcome by smoke and asphyxiate and pass away.
So 4 weeks later, the rebuild was complete, and now we're left to look at what could have been. And so it drives home the importance of smoke detectors. You know, just to reiterate, we get annoyed. We wonder, what in the heck, why is it beeping? Should I clip some wires? Do I really need to get a 20-foot ladder and replace it? Well, once this happens, you'll always have a different feeling about the annoying chirp.
Yeah, so when I got out of the police vehicle and did see the council member and was able to talk with him, he immediately said we were asleep upstairs, but it was our smoke alarms that woke us up. So the entire family was asleep. The smoke alarms within the home did go off, and that prompted Chris to get up and check out what was going on and determine that there was a major issue.
The message we'd like to get across is for everyone to check your smoke alarms. When you change your clock, we'll change your smoke alarm battery. Test your smoke alarms monthly. Make sure they sound. Have an escape plan with your family. Know where to get out, where to meet outside, and look, check your outlets. Make sure nothing's overloaded. And if you have doorways, we encourage keeping doors closed, like from the garage into the house. That night saved the fire from spreading into the house by the garage door being closed. It would do the same thing with your kids' bedroom, keeping their doors closed at night. It would keep the smoke and the fire out and leave you an escape route.
All that stuff can be replaced, right? But the scariest aspect for us wasn't any personal belongings. It was a 2-story house, and all I could think about is when I jumped out of bed and left the bedroom and look at the staircase, what if half of the staircase was full of smoke? Because now I'm beginning to really understand the dynamics of smoke inhalation and smoke-related deaths, and those 3 kids never would have had a chance. That's what's important here.